Is GTA 6 going to feature ray tracing and significant graphics improvements compared to GTA 5? Now, I know this is a subject that's been lighting up forums, Reddit threads, and even Twitter. Some people are super hyped, thinking it's going to be a visual masterpiece, while others are a bit skeptical, worrying about performance issues, or even whether their current hardware can handle it. And of course, there are many people saying that graphics don't make a game and are more concerned about gameplay and story. There's a whole spectrum of opinions out there. But here's the deal. Today, we'll explore why you shouldn't be worried about the graphics in GTA 6. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see that there's a lot more to be excited about than there is to fear. So let's get straight into it. First, let's take a trip down memory lane and talk about the evolution of GTA graphics, because understanding where we've come from can give us a pretty good idea of where we're headed. So let's start with the OG, GTA 1. Released back in 1997, this game was a top-down, 2D affair. It was groundbreaking for its time, but let's be honest, it looks like a relic compared to what we have now. Fast forward to GTA 3, and we're in a 3D world. This was a game changer, literally. The leap from 2D to 3D was monumental, and set the stage for what GTA could be. Now let's talk about GTA Vice City and GTA San Andreas. First one was released just a year after GTA 3, and it didn't make a huge graphical improvement. Now, don't get me wrong, GTA 3 and Vice City were groundbreaking in their own right, but San Andreas took things to a whole new level. First off, the game world was massive, offering a diverse range of environments that mimicked the real-world locales of Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. And let's not forget about the cutscenes. The facial animations and lip syncing were far more advanced, but the biggest revolution was yet to come. Grand Theft Auto 4. It definitely represented a significant advancement in terms of graphical fidelity, enabled in part by the transition from the renderware engine to the Rage, Rockstar Advanced Game Engine. One of the most noticeable improvements was in the character models. In San Andreas, characters had a somewhat blocky and cartoonish appearance, whereas in GTA 4, the models are much more detailed, featuring realistic skin textures, facial expressions, and even the movement of clothes. The environment also saw a massive upgrade. In GTA 4, the fictional Liberty City is modeled with intricate detail, capturing the essence of its real-world counterpart, New York City. The buildings have more complex geometries, and the textures are high-resolution. The game introduced a similar variety of weathers compared to previous GTAs, but it looked way more realistic. Reflections on car surfaces, water bodies, and even puddles on the street added another layer of realism. Lighting and shadow effects in GTA 4 are far superior thanks to advanced shaders. The game uses real-time lighting, which casts dynamic shadows that change based on the time of day and the objects in the environment. This was a stark contrast to the more static and simplistic lighting model in San Andreas. Particle effects, like smoke and fire, are more realistic in GTA 4 too. The game also introduced physics-based animations and ragdoll effects, making the movement of characters and objects more lifelike. And collision detection was improved, so crashing your car or bumping into objects had a more realistic impact. The transition from GTA 4 to GTA 5 was another monumental leap in terms of graphics, and it's not just about higher resolutions or more detailed textures, though those certainly improved. The game world itself saw a massive expansion, not just in terms of size, but also in complexity. While GTA 4's Liberty City was impressive, GTA 5's Los Santos offers a more varied landscape, complete with deserts, forests, and an expansive ocean floor to explore. The level of detail in these environments is staggering, from individual leaves and branches on trees to the reflections in the water. Character models and animations also received a significant upgrade. Facial animations are more expressive, and the characters' movements are more fluid, thanks to improved motion capture techniques. The game also introduced more dynamic cutscenes, which are rendered in real time and feature cinematic camera angles and depth of field effects, making them more engaging and lifelike. It's hard to believe that this game is already 10 years old. Vehicle physics and damage modeling were also enhanced. Cars, boats, and planes not only look more realistic, but also behave more realistically, thanks to a more advanced physics engine. When you crash a car, the damage is more detailed and impacts the vehicle's performance in a more nuanced way. But there are still many fans of the GTA 4 damage system, calling it more realistic, and I'm okay with that. So the point is, each iteration of GTA has been a significant leap forward in graphics. Rockstar Games has a history of pushing the boundaries, and there's no reason to believe they won't do it again with GTA 6. The trajectory is clear, and it's pointing straight up. So if you're worried about the graphics in the upcoming game, just remember how far we've come and imagine where we're going. Now that we've seen the incredible journey GTA graphics have taken over the years, let's get into the juicy stuff. What we know about GTA 6 graphics. First off, let's talk about ray tracing. The leaks from September 2022 didn't provide us with a clear answer as to whether GTA 6 will have ray tracing, but in my opinion, it's obvious that it will. If you're wondering why this technology wasn't visible on the leaked footage, it's simple. The game was in development, and the studio was focused on animations, mechanics, the story, rather than enhancing the graphics. This is an aspect of the game that is done towards the very end, but I'm sure that Rockstar Games is going all in on this technology. For those of you who might not be familiar, ray tracing is a rendering technique that simulates the way light interacts with objects. This means more realistic lighting, reflections, and even shadows. Imagine driving through Vice City 2.0 at night with neon lights reflecting off your car, with all the light sources realistically illuminating the road in various colors. I really can't wait for the moment when I can drive around a completely new map in the upcoming GTA. Next up, enhanced textures. We're talking about bigger resolutions that will make the game world look even more lifelike. Besides the resolution, I'm not sure if there's anything Rockstar could improve. GTA 5 already has a variety of materials like metal, glass, and stuff like that. Also, it uses advanced techniques like tessellation, making the surfaces have depth and relief rather than appearing flat. This is particularly important for natural environments, where the ground is uneven and covered in various forms of vegetation. The use of AI-based upscaling techniques could also allow for crisper, more detailed textures without a significant performance hit. And speaking of details, the models are going to be more intricate than ever. We're expecting characters that show real emotion and environments that you can almost touch. Now, if you thought the weather effects in GTA 5 were impressive, just wait until you see what's in store for GTA 6. We can expect even better weather dynamics. Think torrential downpours, fog that rolls in, and maybe even natural disasters. The leaks suggest that Rockstar is putting a lot of effort into making the weather a key element of gameplay. And let's not forget about water physics. Anyone who spent time jet skiing or boating in GTA 5 knows that the water is already pretty great, but GTA 6 is set to take it to the next level. Think more realistic real-time waves, improved reflections, and maybe even expanded underwater exploration. Now, on to animations. The way your character moves and interacts with the world is definitely going to be smoother and more realistic. This could mean anything from the way you jump, run, or even engage in combat. It's all getting an upgrade. Many players have asked for the return of parkour from GTA 4, which was seriously downgraded in GTA 5. I hope that Rockstar has taken note of these comments and will implement it in the upcoming game. Last but not least, one of the most exciting prospects, more building interiors. I'd be really surprised if Rockstar wouldn't add the ability to enter more shops, offices, or apartments. That's another thing that was downgraded in GTA 5, where there is no option to eat at restaurants. The player is only able to consume snacks purchased at convenience stores. Looking at the immense popularity of roleplay in 5M, the studio will surely expand this aspect of the upcoming game to make the roleplay easier and better in the online mode of GTA 6. So where are we getting all this info? Well, most of these details are based on leaks from September 2022, and while Rockstar Games hasn't confirmed everything, they've always been a company that pushes the boundaries. And let's be real, they know the expectations are sky high, so it's in their best interest to deliver. So guys, based on what we know, GTA 6 isn't just going to be a small step forward, it's going to be a giant leap for the franchise and gaming as a whole. But there's another piece to this puzzle that we absolutely have to discuss: technological advancements in gaming hardware. First off, let's talk about next-gen consoles. We're living in the era of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and these bad boys are powerhouses. I mean, we're talking about custom RDNA 2 and Zen 2 architecture, SSD storage for lightning-fast load times, and support for ray tracing. What does all this mean for GTA 6? Well, it means that the game can be more graphically intense and still run smoothly. Now, let's not forget our PC gamers out there. High-end PC hardware has been making leaps and bounds in recent years. With the latest NVIDIA RTX 40 series and AMD Radeon RX 7000 series, ray tracing is not just a buzzword, it's a reality. And let's not even get started on the insane amount of RAM and multi-core processors available today. All this hardware goodness translates to one thing: an unparalleled GTA 6 experience. We're talking higher resolutions, better textures, and yes, even more advanced graphical features that might not make it to the console versions. This new hardware doesn't just mean better graphics, it also means better performance. Remember those annoying loading screens in previous GTA games? Well, thanks to the fact that SSDs are the standard now, those could be a thing of the past. Alright guys, but let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that often gets overlooked in the graphics debate: the balance between graphical realism and gameplay. Now, I know we all love photorealistic graphics, but let's not forget that graphics are just one piece of the gaming experience puzzle. First off, let's acknowledge some games that have nailed this balance. Think about titles like The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or Red Dead Redemption 2. These games are visually stunning, but they also offer deep, engaging gameplay that keeps you hooked for hours on end. In Breath of the Wild, the cel-shaded graphics create a unique, almost dreamlike world, but the real magic is in the gameplay, the exploration, the puzzles, the combat. Similarly, Red Dead Redemption 2 gives you a visually stunning world, but it's the story, the characters, and the choices you make that leave a lasting impact. Now, why is this balance so important? Well, ultra-realistic graphics are great, but they can also be a double-edged sword. On one hand, they can make a game incredibly immersive, but on the other, they can also be resource-intensive, leading to performance issues or even limiting the scope of the game. Plus, let's be real, graphics alone don't make a game great. I mean, some of the most beloved games of all time aren't exactly graphical powerhouses, but they offer gameplay experiences that are second to none. So where does this leave us with GTA 6? Well, based on Rockstar's track record, we can expect a game that doesn't just push the boundaries of graphical fidelity, but also offers a rich, engaging world full of activities, missions, and stories. They know that while graphics can make a great first impression, it's the gameplay that keeps players coming back for more, and that's why they invest not just in cutting-edge graphics, but also in deep, interactive worlds. While it's easy to get caught up in the hype about graphics, let's not lose sight of the bigger picture. A truly great game strikes a balance between visual spectacle and compelling gameplay, and if anyone can pull off that delicate balance, it's Rockstar Games. Now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about